Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka that reseller guy, coming to you with another video today. It's Monday, means we got a weekend full of sales. I got some stories to tell about the weekend. I picked up a couple cool things. Let's get going. All right, you know what Monday is. It's talking about sales on eBay, but sales were a little slow this weekend as far as number of items because I didn't do a lot of listing last week. Part of it was because I was getting ready to go out of town. I went up to Las Vegas with a friend, and there was a sports card show up there at the Rio. So we spent about a day and a half there going through a lot of cards. I got a lot of stuff back here. So I'm trying to get this video done today, get all my stuff shipped so I can go and play with my cards. Yeah, I know. You say play with your sports cards, but we all have a hobby. I mean, most people have a hobby anyways. Whether you're out there, whether fishing's your hobby, sports cards, scrapbooking, whatever it is, that's your little zen place, and sports cards is it for me. I love it when I have a pile of cards to go through, take them out of the holders, research them, look them up, see what the values are, figure out where I'm going to sell them, get my price gun over here, price them to take them over to the card store and do all that. I enjoy doing that for hours and hours and hours. So that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. That's going to be a lot of fun for me to go through. Of course, I'm going to do a video along with it that'll go on that Card Guy channel. If you haven't gone over to that one yet, there's a link down below. You can help support that channel. That one's doing pretty good over there too. So I always appreciate your support on all of those. So yeah, let's get into sales today. I'll show you what sold. It's only 11 items. 11 items for like $500-ish. Let's see what the total is. $519.51, but that's tax and shipping and all that stuff kind of all rolled into one. But for the fact that I was gone for the weekend and I didn't do as much listing last week, and definitely nothing on Friday, no listing on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I was out of town. I'll take those 11 sales for $500. Quick little story. I didn't do any gambling. $0 gambled while in Las Vegas. That is a new record for me to not go and gamble. I just wasn't there for that this time. And could I have? Sure, I could have gone out there. We're already at the Rio. We were there. My buddy did put $10 in the slot machine. Lost that. And yeah, usually I'll gamble. I'll play some blackjack, play some slots. I just, honestly, I didn't feel like part of it was because I was pretty darn tired like the whole time. So just traveling up there the first day, we actually stayed in Kingman, Arizona. It's probably about 2/3 of the way up there the first night. You save a little bit of money on the room, and then went to Vegas the next morning. Now, the hotel in Kingman was not top notch. It was a little subpar, as was the bed and the pillows and everything. And the way I slept, oh my God, I got this big old kink in my neck. I didn't sleep good. So then I had to get up the next morning and spend the whole day at the card show. And let's just say I was running on fumes the entire day. So I'm finally getting some energy back, although that kink is still in the neck. I think I'm going to have to go get that worked out this week. Oh, yeah. All right. You don't care. Anyways, let's talk about the sales. All right, let's see. A couple cheap things sold. We'll go over those first. Sold a Tony Gwynn baseball card, $1.49 free shipping. Another one of those fantastic $1.49 sales, but we'll get that shipped out eBay standard envelope. Sold another one of these bat knob decals. This one's from the Diamondbacks. Go D-backs. Number 19 sold for $9.98 plus shipping, and that'll go out in an envelope with a stamp. I don't have those to where you can send them eBay standard envelope. They're not in the sports card category, so I just put a stamp, hit mark, shipped. No tracking. It works out fine. Sold one Magic the Gathering card, and without my glasses, there's no way I'm going to be able to read that name up at the top. You'll see in the pop-up. Look how shiny that thing is, though. That's a nice and shiny card. I think that sold for $10. I think that was $9.99. That was part of my Magic the Gathering mystery box that I did on my That Card Guy channel. So if you haven't watched that, go check out that video. Found some cool cards in there. Oh, well, let's see. I sold a Mark McGwire autographed baseball card. Big Mac, Mark McGwire, Oakland A's, 1987 Fleer. That's, I believe, the update card. See his autograph right here. Got the JSA card. And when you do a card, they just put the sticker on the back right there of the card. So I'm going to do that. How I ship these is I put them on a piece of cardboard. So I'll put this on a piece of cardboard, strap it down, and then I have these over here. Let me get one of them. One of these cool rigid mailers. So I'll put it in here with a piece of cardboard, little do not bend sticker. Because, if you put a sticker on there, the post office listens. Fact. That sold for, is it $80? Is that how much I sold that one for? It was a pretty expensive card. $79.99 plus shipping. That's a pretty good sale. $80. $80 for that Mark McGwire autograph card. Good sale. I did sell another autographed item. This is another one of my consignment deals. This is, I'll show you first. Do you know? He used to play for the Diamondbacks. Now he's with the Cardinals. Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt is a pretty good darn player. This was signed when he was out here with the Diamondbacks, and you can see it's just on a beat-up used minor league baseball. So that takes down the value a little bit. I did get authenticated through JSA. There's the card and got the sticker right here. Had it in the store for, I think, $70 and took an offer for $50. This thing had a couple things going against it. First off, it's signed in a Sharpie, black Sharpie, and on this beat-up minor league baseball. So to get $50 for it, I'm fine with that. I'm splitting the next net proceeds with my buddy who got that signed. And yeah, I mean, after fees and everything, we're both getting like 20 some bucks. Sticking with the baseball theme, I did sell a bobblehead. Nick Ahmed, says right there, Nick Ahmed, when he was with the Reno Aces, and he used to play for the Diamondbacks. And fact about Nick Ahmed, he has the longest tenure of any Diamondback player ever. I think he played 10, 11, 12 years, something like that with the Diamondbacks. Really good fielder, not so hot with the bat. But yeah, this one is minor league bobbleheads. Just found it here locally at a Goodwill. Sold for $19.99 plus shipping on that one. I probably could have taken that to my booth. It would have sold there. But yeah, I listed it on eBay. Still got the $20. I would have put it for the same thing in my booth, $20 either way. Have a couple things down here. Got the bigger stuff coming up. So the big old stack of comic books, 30 comic books. These are all Legion of Superheroes. Now, these were ones that were at my collectibles booth. You guys know I have that, right? Yeah, I'm sure y'all do. But yeah, at one point I pulled all the comics that I had out there because some of them had been there up to 2, maybe even 3 years that I had a lot of those comics there. So I took everything out so I could get a bunch of fresh new inventory out there. And I had a ton of these Legion of Superheroes. So I made 2 or 3 lots on eBay. All of them are bagged and boarded like this. They still have my price sticker on the back of the comic. I disclosed all that in the information of the listing. I think I got $30. So I think I got, is that right? I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure I got $30. That was the last thing to sell last night or this morning, whichever it sold. Yeah, $30 for 30 comics plus shipping. So they got them for $1 each, bagged and boarded, but I'm happy about that. Get those out of there. Comic sales have been really good out at my booth. It's something I really need to concentrate on, getting those good quality comics. Now, I do price them pretty fairly. I price them at like $2 and $3 for the majority of them, Batman, Superman. If they're older, I still put some $5 and $7 and $8 comics in there. But yeah, I think I have one of the better selection of comics out there at my booth, especially at the price. I see some people that have comics, it's like all their comics are all like $5, and they're crappy titles. They're crappy titles for $5. So you got to put the good ones in there, and that's all that I want. I don't want the junk ones out at my booth. I want them to look through those comic boxes and get some good ones. I think just this last month or this last pay period, let me double check my sheet. I just got my sheet of my sales back from the booth. I did $98 in comic book sales just in that 2-week period. So that's pretty good for the fact that I only have like 3 of the small little boxes in my booth. All right, the other stuff that sold, of course, you're like, oh, Mike, what is it? Football helmet, bing. I just listed like 5 of these last week. So it was good to get one of them sold. This one right here, this is a Rydell Speed. If you look in the back, it says Speed. That's how you know the model. This one was a pretty good helmet. No chin strap. Again, half the time I'll cut those off, and most of them are usually pretty beat up. So I got $50 for the helmet. I think every helmet that I listed last week sold for $50. So get that shipped out. That one's pretty good. And the biggest one, this is the one that's going to be the pain in the butt to ship, is this. I did sell my Titleist big mini golf bag trash can, whatever you want to use it for. I was actually using it in the garage to hold baseball bats. It worked really well for that. So yeah, you can see the Titleist was really faded, and it looked like someone took a marker. At least that's what it looks like. It might have just faded that way, but it looks like someone tried to start to color it back in with a marker on this side, so it doesn't look that great. I don't know if there's a way that you could do that. Maybe just take the marker and do a better job. But this is pretty cool. It does have one little tear right there. Again, I showed that in the listing. I think this was another $70. Let me look. I sold 11 items, and I can't even remember how much they sold for. $69.99 plus shipping. And this one had, I think, $19 shipping. It's going to Louisiana. So that's not too bad. Arizona to Louisiana. It's almost a straight line across the South. I was talking to a guy in Florida about this that wanted to buy it. I looked it up To go to Florida, which is, I think, pretty close to Louisiana, if my geography is correct, it was going to be like $38 to ship it there. So hopefully it's going to be a little cheaper than that to ship it to Louisiana. Luckily, full price sale. So I got that $69.99. Is that what it was? Yeah, $70 plus 19 shipping. This is pretty cool. So if you ever see these little mini golf bags, especially ones that are branded, I found another one that's in my booth for like $20, but it's just plain brown. It's not as nice. But yeah, pick those things up. That was a really cool find. Now, of course, I did a little bit of thrifting along the way. Now, how it worked out on Friday before I went is I went out to my collectibles booth in the morning, got that all stocked up, picked up my check, and then I hit a couple thrift stores. And then one of them, I'd get the one out of my hand because that's not what I found. I stopped in the Deseret Industries. That's right. It's about 2 miles away from where I have my cards at the card store, where I have a case there. And I was really surprised that I found this item. I literally spotted it as soon as I could see the cart. There was a couple electronics carts that were sitting out. They must have been there for a little while because nobody was around them anymore. And I could see this. I could see that big Sony logo. I could see that from a mile away. I saw this Sony Walkman in there. And $15. Maybe that's why people didn't buy it. They didn't want to pay the $15. But if you look it up, I'll show a sold comp on the screen, and I think there's only one new one available, and it's around $200. Why would someone pass this up? If you can get $200 for it, even if you have to pay $15, I don't know why they would pass it up. That was a bargain, and I would not have gone to that store had I not been going out of town this week, because that's way on the other side of town, out on Bell Road for anybody here in Arizona. That's the Bell Road store that I went to. So that was the only thing I bought there, $15 for that. And yeah, I'll make a little bit of money on that. What's nice about that is I will sell that and it'll pretty much pay for the expenses for my trip, for the hotel room, for food, and that part of the trip. So really happy to find that. I'm counting as part of my card show haul from the weekend. Now, when we went to Kingman, Arizona to stay there, we got there early. We had some dinner and we had some time to go to a thrift store. And of course, I found a football helmet there. I can't go anywhere without finding a football helmet. This one was about $12.49. It's a Zenith. That's what Zenith helmets look like inside. Kind of crazy, but that's what they look like. Still got the mouthpiece on it. That's kind of gross. It's kind of gross when they always have the mouthpiece on there. But yeah, obviously I'll cut that off and get rid of it. Now this one I will keep the chin strap for because it's actually the Zenith. It's got the X on it, the Zenith brand chin strap, so it goes with this particular helmet. This is probably another $50. Yeah, another $12 into $50. That's pretty good. That one's pretty dirty. I got to clean that one up a little bit. But those were the only thrifted items I found because we didn't do a lot. We weren't going there for that. Is that it? Is that all I'm talking about today? I didn't do any video shooting out at the card show. Now, a lot of content creators would have been doing a lot of video out there, and we saw a lot of content creation being made out of that show. There was a weird one. There was a girl, I should have got her Instagram, found out what it was or whatever she does her videos on, because she was shooting a video of her filling a cup of water and then drinking that cup of water. That's what her video was. Now, she was an attractive girl. She was wearing yoga pants and stuff, so I could see why people were watching her videos, but it was strange. I know none of you want to sit there and watch me fill up a cup of water and drink it, but I'm drinking Diet Coke again today. All right. That'll probably get 1 million views just like hers. All right. Am I going to wrap it up today? I think that's it. That's about it today. Like I said, I want to get all my work done so I can play with my baseball cards. If you want to go watch that Card Guy channel, I don't know if I'll put that video out today or tomorrow. My guess is it'll be tomorrow. See this kind of the stuff that I got. It's all bargain box cards. I bought no card over, I think $4 or $5 was the most expensive card that I bought. Actually, that's not true because my buddy did pick up a couple Kurt Warner cards from my collection. I'll show you those real quick on this channel. Kurt Warner. I collect Kurt Warner. My last name is Warner. That's why I collect his. So this cool jersey card. It says $10. He got it for $7. Sold it to me for $7, as well as a cool, it's like a parallel card of Kurt Warner blue one. Didn't have either of those for my collection. So added a couple Kurt Warner cards. And that's going to be it. So I hope you all have a great week. Hope you had a great weekend. Let me know down in the comments. What's going on. Summer, we're not far off from summer. And it's getting hot here in Arizona. Now, we got about a week left of okay temperatures. Then we're going to be pushing 100 degrees for like the next 6 months. So if you want to come visit Arizona and enjoy the heat, this is the time to do it. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here, watching the video, hanging out with me and Ted. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.